Alright fellas, JC back with you. We got a little short video we're going to make, how to properly install a red dot. So today we got the HK VP9 A1F, and we're going to be installing the new Vortex Defender ST Enclosed Solar Micro Red Dot. That is a long name, but I believe it's going by the Defender ST Enclosed. So by this time you all should have seen the other video, which I will put out, would have come out a couple of days ago. And now we're going to install it. You want to get your optic, decide which optic you want, look at the optic, find out which footprint it uses. Then you got to decide which weapon system you want to mount it on. There are some weapon systems like the Echelon that you can actually direct mount almost anything to it. There are a bunch of guns like the HK that doesn't come with any plates. This is a plate right here. And then you got some like your Canics that come with 3 or 4 plates. The Vortex actually comes with a MOS plate for your Glock, so you don't got to worry about that if you just go mount it onto the Glock. You got your Walters, that if you buy your Walter and you decide which footprint you're going to need, you just send them your serial number and they'll send you the plate for free. So once we decide what we're going to do, which gun we're going with, which optic, we got our optic plate. So I had to order this from HK Parts. It came in within 3 days, very inexpensive. You want to take off the slide cover that it has on there, or the optic cover that it has on there. You're going to notice, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, really greasy and dirty. That's the way it is here as well. So you want to wipe that down. You get that wiped down. Now let's mount the plate. So we're going to mount the plate here. As you can see, my bad. You can see it's got little feet there. Those are going to go in there. All right, so we got this. We got the plate set in there. As you can see, it's not moving. It's got those little feet there, those little things that fit into the little holes here on the gun, on the slide. So your Vortex Defender does one thing a lot of other optics red dots don't do. They come with a bunch of screws, all kinds of sizes, and they even tell you which screws to use. And this is a 6x48, and it's for the HK VP9. So as you take those screws out, we just need 2 of them. These are them here. You want to wipe those down. All right, because they're gonna have all kinds of grease and oils on them. All right, so like I said, if I had a degreaser, I would spray that degreaser on these screws here. Do my best to take as much off of that the blue Loctite that it comes with, and we're just gonna put fresh. Like I said, I'd rather use a degreaser, but if you can, try to get off as much grease, oil, anything that comes on these screws already, anything that's going to keep that fresh Loctite from sticking on there. So if I had gloves, I wish I had some gloves. Don't have any on me. Should put a little dab on there. We're going to set that in the hole. So one thing I just noticed is that those screws sit pretty close to that window. So we can put that down without losing any. Some fresh Loctite on that one. Let it run. We don't want that. We just lost some of that Loctite. Alright, so we got the 2 screws in there. Like I said, make sure you got a good torque wrench. That way screws are torqued down to the settings that's recommended by the manufacturer. Which, if you're not torquing down with if you're torquing down with the Loctite, it's 10 to 12 pounds. If you're not using Loctite, the recommended torque settings would be 12 to 15. So we got at 13. Like I said, the Vortex comes with about 5 or 6 different sets of screws. The HK ended up not fitting. We had to go with the ones that are for the mechanic. All right, so once we get that done, we can get zoomed in here. Like I said, don't be complaining and saying the guns, I'm flagging myself, it's empty, there's nothing here. Can I get you zoomed in here? I don't know if you can see that little mess that I made. All we're gonna do is just wipe that off. And then we're gonna take, this is what I use for the optics. As you can see, this one's a lot cleaner than that one. Didn't want to use this one. So I use this one for my sunglasses as well. So, see there, torque down. And now we're gonna mark the screws so we can know if the screws are backing out. Just do it. So we got here some silver paint marker. All right, so now we're gonna mark it and try not to make a mess or hit. There we go. And so if it moves, we'll know it's backing out, and we gotta tighten them down some more. So that's how you properly install a red dot. I'll let it sit for 24 hours before I take it out and run it. And after that, everything should be good. So I got the plate on there from HK Parts. Got that screwed into the slide, and then the Vortex Defender ST Enclosed red dot with the solar panel. All right, thank you. Let's sing yours out.